body bags where horror lies.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to week 42 here on Body Bags. I am your host, Moodz616, and thank you once again for dropping in. Alrighty guys, yeah, it's Sunday, and it of course is another theme week because that's what we're doing here. And this week's theme is of course space horror films. You know, I was going through the collection going, I don't actually have a lot of space horror films. It's kind of interesting. Decided to go with this one. This one's from 1982. It's also known as Forbidden World. But I watched the director's cut of it, and it's entitled Mutant. Yeah, for most people probably recognize this movie as Forbidden World. The interesting thing about this this edition is that Mutant is actually just kind of like a VHS transfer, full screen transfer. The transfer's not bad. It looks like VHS though, but the Forbidden World, which is the theatrical cut, is a anamorphic widescreen, really kind of done up and stuff. So, but yeah. Anyways, getting into the plot of this one, it centers around a group of characters on a planet called Zarbia. They are basically they're like an elite group of scientists and stuff, and what they're doing in this lab is that they're genetically engineering. They're genetically engineering a like kind of like a species or whatever to prevent like a food crisis on the planet and stuff. But of course, their scientific experiments don't go as planned, and they kind of tend to splice together some genes that create this mutant specimen, and the specimen basically comes to life and becomes like very intelligent and stuff, and starts hunting down the humans that's like blood crazy and stuff like that. So now it's basically just a struggle to survive, kill this mutant, specimen that they've created with the help of this bounty hunter that they had called in. So basically it's just a race against time before this creature kills everybody on this in this lab and stuff. So that's the premise of your film. This is of course a Roger Corman production. The story is actually written by Jim Warnowski, of course, of like Chopping Mall fame and amongst films. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting film. It's got some pretty interesting characters. Actually, the main scientist in this film is very reminiscent of Dr. Logan in Day of the Dead. He totally reminds me of Dr. Logan. The interesting thing is, like I said, this movie came out in 1982, so it's obviously before Day of the Dead time. But his character is very, very similar to Dr. Frankenstein in Day of the Dead. Which I do like. I like actually most of the characters in the film. Everybody's very likable in this one. Of course, you can't have a Roger Corman production without being like super low budget and stuff. But the sets and stuff that they used actually I thought were really well done. It looks very authentic. It's very kind of a cool setting actually. I really enjoy it. But once again, with a Roger Corman production, you can't have a film without minor sleaziness. Of course, the story was written by Jim Warnowski, so you got you got some probably unnecessary nudity in the film, and almost like not girl on girl action, but there's scenes where the girls are naked and stuff. But it adds to it. It's very low budget sci-fi horror, but you need to have that in there. It's pretty cool. But to the effects of the film, the effects are really well done in this. You get to see quite a bit of the mutant towards the end of the film, and it looks fantastic. Some of the other specimens that are in the lab too, like these bodies that have been totally mutated and stuff, look really well. Like they look really good. They're really well done. To my surprise, like it probably would look a lot better if the transfer was better, but like I was kind of blown away by how well the effects were done in this. It'd been a while since I've seen this, but Really cool stuff. I really enjoyed that. On that note, you know, the body count's not like overly high in this film, and the gore factor is not crazy high, but you know, it is what it is. I think they do a pretty good job with it and stuff. It doesn't go too extreme or anything, but it's well done. Pretty cool score. One of my biggest issues in this film is actually the like cinematography in this at times is kind of poorly shot. You know, like there's scenes where, you know, like the camera's just not still, and it's kind of distracting at times. Just minor little nitpicks with it, but you know, it's a pretty fun film. It only runs about the director's cut is about 82 minutes, so. But another little nitpick I have on it, though, it does actually feel kind of long. Towards the end of the film, you know, you think you would have like this crazy, you know, just balls to the wall ending and stuff, but it's kind of choppy and slow. I think they probably could have edited it down a little better. But you know, I did really like the actual, you know, ending of the film. It's, you know, it's dark and it's pretty cool, so it's well done. But yeah, the overall feel of this film, it's pretty cool because you do actually kind of care and like all the characters in the film, which is, you know, unheard of sometimes, but you know, very cool stuff. I don't really know what else to say about Mutant, but if you've never checked this out, definitely check it out. Like I said, it's also known as Forbidden World, which most people know it for. Give it a shot. If I had to rate this one, I'd probably give it about a 6.5 out of 10. You know, it's low budget, it's fun, but I think most people might actually enjoy this one, so you know, definitely give Mutant a shot, and that's pretty much what the Mutant looks like in the film. Kind of cool. Kind of looks like a plant with teeth, to be honest, but but yeah, anyways, guys, Mutant from 1982, check it out. And that's going to do it here for week 42, and we will be back next week with another theme. And, yeah, once again, I'm not going to give it away. I say this every single week because I always forget and then I remember. But, yeah, anyways, guys, stay tuned for next week's theme. It'll be an interesting one, actually. I think next week's is actually pretty interesting. So, anyways, guys, I'll check you next week, week 43. Peace out.